I'm Roxie with Roxie's Broadway Breakdown. Welcome back to my channel, and today I want to teach you how to belt properly. If you're in musical theater, it is sometimes all about the belt. So the key to belting is proper breathing techniques, which I do have a video on and I will link below. But that really, to me, is the key to healthy belting and not stripping your vocal cords. Because you never want to like grip or strain your throat to belt. Some people think it's all about like, oh, I just have to grip tighter and get those notes louder and louder and just eke it out. No, that is not what you want to do. So you really have to support from the diaphragm and really do have that good breath technique. And once you do it enough, it becomes muscle memory, just like any other activity you do. Just like in dance or sports or anything else, it'll automatically kick in and you won't have to think about it so much. But you really do just want to have good breathing technique from the diaphragm and strengthen that. And the higher and higher belt you want, the tighter you need to squeeze the diaphragm, not your throat, but the diaphragm to make that sound get louder and higher. So if you just have a regular note that's just comfortable, like in your chest, like, ah, that's just a solid note. That's just a regular note. That's just singing, ah. Okay, so if you are in your chest, ah, so that's going from chest to head. So I went from lower to higher, and as I obviously transitioned from chest, head, so I'm pushing my belt now into my head voice. And that's when the sound gets louder. When you're just pretty much sitting there in your chest, especially your bottom chest voice, it's just a nice round sound, or it should be like a round tone. And you can sing, you're singing like substantially, but it's not like a really big belt sound. It's when you start getting into that head voice, that ah, that's you're getting into your belting tones. And you want to make sure that you're opened and relaxed here and here, and you're resonating here. I've said this in other singing videos, that you want to resonate here because the sound is coming more forward, and that's what's going to project and get that belting tone out. So the higher you go, you have to kind of figure out, well, where do I need to resonate that sound from? Like here, or like open it up to get a brightness, or even like up here the higher the note goes, or sometimes even like back here. I mean, you almost have to visualize these notes where they go. So because sometimes you can have a head sound like ah, and that is in your head voice, ah, but that's not a belted head note. Do you see what I'm saying? Ah, that's belted. So you really, and to get that really belted sound, I had to have some air behind it, some really good air support, and really punch that note out. So that's what I mean. You have to, that all came from here, and then I had to make sure I was resonating more here than when I pulled it back and had more that breathy, airy, light sound note, if that makes sense. You also want to make sure that when you're belting, that you don't ever want to, like, I've already said this, but you don't want to grip, because when you start gripping, you're gonna like almost hold the sound down here in your throat. And you're never gonna be able to get that bright open sound. So it's like once you start tightening the throat, it's gonna sound Muppet-like. You're never gonna get that sound out, and you're gonna almost choke yourself off, and you're not gonna get that big, bright, open or So you want to relax this, you want to bypass this, and you want to get to this. And it's all going to happen starting at the core, starting with your diaphragm, tightening that up, letting the air come through, and going up to here. And if you want to be able to make sure you're breathing properly and resonating here, a quick exercise is to hum, and you can almost feel it resonating like in your nose. And when you kind of feel that tickle or that resonating in your nose, then you can open your mouth. And then you know, oh, it's in my head voice. Or try humming a little bit higher. And just keep humming a little bit higher until you feel it maybe even resonating a little bit higher. And then you know where you're placing it in your head voice. And then you have some substance behind it. All right, I hope that helped. Don't forget to click and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next.